Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the class. So we'll continue our class. So in the last class, actually, we were discussing the last concept. It was about rocks and minerals. About the rocks we discussed. We have three types of rock, isn't it? We have three types of rock. What is the name of a chapter? Interior of the earth. Otherwise, inside the earth. That's what. Here, what a rock we are discussing. Three types of rocks are there. The basic three rocks. What are those? Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Then the continuous change of rocks into from one to another. The continuous chain of changing the rocks from one to another is called as rock cycle. That's what we discussed with the diagram. Now we have left with the one small concept. It's about the mineral. In under the rock and minerals, we are left with the minerals concept. Minerals. What is this minerals refers to? What are those minerals? Minerals, ಖನಿಜಗಳು in Kannada. So then, what is minerals? Is this iron belong to mineral? Yes, it is a mineral. Is this gold? Is a mineral? Yes, it is a mineral. Copper, zinc, bauxite. It's all minerals, isn't it? Steel. It's also a mineral. Then where we can find the minerals? Except this all the things. The food we eat, it also has a mineral. The water we drink, it also has a mineral. But we cannot get that. We cannot see the mineral which is there in the water and the food, but it has a particular water, like particular minerals contains in that food and the water. But there are other precious stones or precious minerals like a gold, diamond, iron, copper, zinc. These are the things which you can see and it has its own value, just like others. So minerals definition, it's a natural substance, isn't it? Mineral is it is a substance which occurs naturally with particular or definite chemical components and physical properties. Some minerals will be having particular physical properties, some other will not. Like in the water we have minerals, in the food we eat we have a mineral in that, but we cannot get the physical property there. But in some other minerals we have physical property as well as this chemical component. So every minerals it has its own chemical component. So where we can find these minerals? Where we can get these minerals? Gold, iron, copper, zinc, bauxite. Where we can get these all those things? Where it is available, the minerals, as in the beneath of earth crust. In under the earth crust we get this. Earth crust, where it is deposited, is there any place where we can get this iron, like this minerals? Is there any place which is having deposition of minerals? Like in some place, and the full of pot which is mixed, which is having the iron, the full of iron, like a pot it's having iron there. Is there anything like that? Can we get some particular like a gold in a one pot which is there in the beneath of earth crust? So where we can get these minerals? ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಬಿಂದಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೋ. ದೆನ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರೆಷಿಯಸ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್. All the minerals are found in rocks. In every rocks we have around 150 or according to its capacity of a rock, according to this value, like according to the power, according to these chemical components, of that particular rock, we get more minerals. Every rock, it has minerals. It contains some minerals in it. Means the magma, it has some more minerals. When magma come out of the surface, it becomes lava. Lava, it's having more minerals. Then it forms, it turns into the art, cool and solidification. It's igneous rock, so it has some minerals. Then afterwards, it changes. After that, it may get a more mineral component with that. It may lose some minerals. Like after the igneous rock, it becomes sediments after weathering. The igneous rock becomes small pieces. It gets into small pieces of a rock due to this weathering. So there it loses some minerals. Then again when it turns into this metamorphic rock, it gains more minerals. So we get a minerals from the rock. So every rock contains particular minerals. Every rock has minerals in it. Around the scientists till now they have found around more than near of 3,000 minerals. They noted, they made like a inventory. They made some list of the minerals, around 3,000 minerals which is found in the earth. Means beneath the earth crust are found in the rock. So in the rock, in every rock around more than 100 or thousands of minerals are found. But we are getting only the required minerals. Every minerals are not required in the rock. We are taking out the only important minerals which is required. And we know the uses of only such a minerals. We don't know the uses of other waste, otherwise remaining minerals, we don't know the use of that. ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಂಡೆಕಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಐರನ್ ಓರ್, ಬಕ್ಸೈಟ್, ಕಾಪರ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್, ಡೈಮಂಡ್, ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಬಂಡೆಕಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಿನರಲ್ಗಳಿವೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೌ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್. Because we don't have technology, we don't have a skill idea about using that all those things. So, but every rock, it has a minerals. It contains a particular mineral in it. Every rock has a minerals. So the mineral is a substance which occurs naturally occurring substance with the chemical components and physical properties is called as minerals. Is that clear? So it's found. It is found in under the crust with rocks. The minerals found under crust, beneath the crust in the deep. As you go more deeper, you will get a more valuable minerals. On the earth's surface, you might be knowing about the process which is extracted minerals like quarrying. In the mining activities, they extract just rocks to get some tiles, to prepare some tiles or to prepare some slabs of rocks. They extract. It's called as quarrying. In the mining activity, it is activity which goes under the process of extracting minerals which is there in the beneath of earth crust. So in the mining activity, they bore more deeper in the crust and they get the minerals. In the drilling, so they bore more deeper, they get the minerals like fossil fuels, like petroleum, diesels they will get. So in that such a deeper, they will get a gold, diamond. So that's what minerals are found with the rocks. And as you go deeper into this crust, you get a more valuable minerals. So, it's a order. Now, what are the uses? We'll discuss about the uses of rock. What are those uses we are having? We are getting from the rock. Sorry, minerals. Sorry. What are the uses we are getting from the uses from these minerals? What are those? Precious stones. We get a precious minerals. Like gold, diamond, and there are many other things, is it not? So here we have mineral in the food we eat, and we have mineral in water we drink. Heard of this? Then the minerals are used to make jewelries. It is visible. Is it visible there? Is it over? Okay. Then we didn't discuss about the uses of rock. Earlier, before this, we discussed the rock and its types. There are many uses we are getting from the rock. No, there are many uses from the rock. So, what are those uses of rock? Main use is that we get a minerals from a rock. We get minerals from rock, and it's used for welding, construction activities, so as construction of buildings. And it's used in the road making. Even though minerals are also used in the road making, particular minerals are used there. Is that all? Is that all? Okay. So it's about the second chapter, the interior of the earth. So now we completed second chapter. We will go for third chapter. We will do and we will complete the 4 chapters in geography. Then we will go for the next book. Then we will complete 4 chapter there, and we will go for next other book. So it will be the portion for your first term examinations. Then the remaining chapters will be for the second term. So here, now we completed 2 chapters. What you have to do, and as I told for the first, after the completion of first chapter, you should write the answer for the questions which is given in your exercise after the end of chapter, every chapter. So first chapter, I hope you have completed all the exercise questions for the first chapter. Now go for the second chapter. Give an answer for those questions which is given there in the exercise. You have to write that in your fair notebook, like which I have made you to told 100 pages notebook. You should make for all these 3 disciplines. For one geography, you have to keep one book. For history 1 and civics 1, 100 page notebook. There only you have to write answer for the exercise questions. Is that clear? Continue from start from today. Give answer for those questions. And try to give, and you have to give, because we have discussed about all those things. And if you don't get answer for any questions there, ask them. Then you will go for next chapter. Every chapter is a connection. Every chapter it has a connection with the previous one and coming chapter. So this concept is also having connection with this. So now, first chapter we discuss about environment. Second chapter is about inside, interior of the earth. Now it's about outside. Outside of earth, what you were discussing now. Till now we discussed what is there inside of earth. How the layers has formed our earth. What is their features and characters we discuss. Now about the outside of earth's surface. Means earth, what is there. In your locality, you might be gone under or you are going across with the many other changes in your locality or in your surroundings. Many things day by day is getting changed. It's not either like suppose besides some people they constructed a house. Earlier it was a barren land. Earlier it was not constructed anything. Suppose ground earlier. Now they have constructed a house, big house. Is not. Many some other areas like they constructed a good road. Before 10 years, the Sainiketan was not here in this place. It was a swampy area. This area was filled with the high height of grasses and there was bushes grown in this area. It was used for nothing at that time. It's not before 10 years. Now, it's a very useful area. By constructing this huge building for school. And means before 1 year, 2 years, see before 1.5 years, the road was not constructed, but now we have a third road. It's like metal road. We have a metal road in front of your Sainiketan in the Sidrameshwar colony, is not? So these are the changes we can see. And it's all some changes within 1 year, 2 years, and within 5 year, 10 years, we can see the changes on the earth's surface. It's all the human activities. These all the changes, it's done by human activity. And there are some other changes on the earth's surface which occurs by the natural activities. What are those? 2 days back, even now also, means 2 days back, these areas were totally filled or it was drained by the rivers, means flood. It was under flood. Now also it's somewhat under some areas under the flood. It's not, but now it's somewhat not there. It's cleared. Before the 1 week it was not there. Actually, it was a normal condition. The area was normal condition, but now it's filled with the water. It's changed, is not. So this change is brought up by these natural activities, and there are many changes which is brought up by the human activities, is not. These all are the small changes. These all are, in compare with the world, these all are the small changes. Even with the construction of big buildings and the road and bridge, it's all the small changes. Then what is the big changes in our earth? It's about changes in Mudol. 10 years before it was not there, Sainiketan road was not there, but now we have a road and good metal road and we have many changes. There are many people there constructed a house, is not. It's all small changes and changes of Mudol. Same like this, we have a changes in our earth. Earlier, before crores 100, 200, 300 crores years ago, our earth condition was not like this. It was not like this. It was totally different scenario, and now we have a different physical features over the earth's surface. How it's all happened? The mountains, what we have mountains now, it was not there earlier before crores together years ago. Is it not? And in our earth's surface, there was some places which has a mountain, hills, but not we don't have now. For example, in the Bangalore, there in the Bangalore in the city, in central city, it was having 4 ponds. Four ponds was there before, and hundreds of years ago. Now the pond is not visible. It is filled with the mud. It is filled with the soil, and they have constructed big houses. It has become a city now, center of city. We can't see the pond over there. It's not. It's all changes we are having. These are the changes we made, like human activities, because of human activities. And there are big changes which is made by the natural activities. How all the changes is happening? Like Himalayan mountain ranges, it's the biggest physiographical features in India. Mountain ranges, desert, coastal areas, plateau, and islands. It's all the physical changes, physiographical features, landforms we can see on the earth. How this all the things has happened? How? Inside the earth we have a 3 layer, and interior of the earth is, what do you call with that name? Interior of the earth is core. So in the core it's full of magma. It's boiling. Even now it's boiling, it's rotating. The magma inside the earth, what we have there. Suppose here we have magma there inside the earth. This magma even now it's boiling. Because it has high temperature, high pressure, high density. It's a fireball. It's boiling and it's rotating. So that's the reason all other layers, here in the top layer of mantle, it's rotating, it's also rotating. So because of this rotation and the speed and the density, this top layer of mantle and the crust, it's a mantle. Top layer of mantle and along with the crust, it has broken. The crust is not continuously connected, it's not a full layer, it's broken. Along with this, in the last chapter we discussed about lithosphere, is it not? Lithosphere. Suppose it's a piece of the earth. Here we have a core, here we have mantle, and it's a crust, is it not? Core, mantle, crust. So upper layer of mantle and crust is called as lithosphere, is it not? This both is called as lithosphere. And below the lithosphere we have one more sphere called as layer, it's called as asthenosphere, is it not? And we have 2 divisions. So here this core is boiling, it's rotating because of high density temperature. So because of that, this lithosphere is in under movement. It has broken. Because of that, it has broken into some pieces. It has broken into many pieces. So, this lithosphere means the crust, and lithosphere means like upper portion of mantle. This crust has broken into 7 major plates. We call it as a lithospheric plate. So how it looks like, the lithospheric plate over the earth surface, how it looks like. Suppose it's earth. It's earth and we have a core. Over the core we have mantle. Mantle, it's a layer which is covered the core layer. Over the mantle we have crust. So crust is outer layer. So suppose it's a crust. This crust is not continuously connected. It has broken. It has a broken piece. Now also this crust is moving. This crust means lithosphere. This lithosphere, outer layer of the earth surface, it's now also moving. It's under movement because inside the power is there. The power is making it to move. So this has broken into 7 major plates, 21 minor plates. So like here, suppose it's a world map. Suppose it's a world map. Here, this world means this earth crust is divided, means it's broken into pieces. So we have 7 pieces, 7 lithospheric pieces. One is this one, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here we have 5, and here we have 6, and that's all. That's what this plate means. The crust is not continuously connected, it's broken in between, inside the earth. It's an ocean, it's not. See an ocean. If you go bottom there, we get this broken piece, but we cannot see, but it is broken. Because how we can know whether it is broken or not? Because it is movement. So earlier, what we have is all the continents, countries. It was not there like this. ಒಂದು 100 ಕೋಟಿ 200 ಕೋಟಿ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಖಂಡಗಳು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. all the things means all the continents were under the one means it was gathered. It was one landmass. This landmass has broken into many pieces, and these pieces, all these pieces started to move across the earth surface. So that's how all the things has moved. So all the countries and continents moved across the nook and corner of earth surface because of the endogenic force. Means inside the force is there, the magma. Because of that force, it has all got spread. So India and Australia is one plate. This Europe is one plate, another one plate. Europe is another one plate. Africa is another one plate. South America, North America is another one plate. That means broken pieces. These all the plates. So these all the pieces. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೀಸ್ಗಳು ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿತ್ತು. ಇದೊಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾರ್ತ್ ಅಮೆರಿಕ ಒಂದು ಪೀಸ್, ಇದು ಪೀಸ್, ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ಪೀಸ್, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೀಸ್ಗಳು ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿತ್ತು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಏನು ಬ್ರೋಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಒಡೆದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಚೂರು ಚೂರು ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್, ಅದರಿಂದ. ಸೊ ಈ ಚೂರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಇವನ್ ನೌ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್. ದಿಸ್ ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ plate is moving towards up and this plate is moving towards down. So when these two plates meet each other here in this boundary, these two plates meet each other. Then when these two plates converge against each other, then land form that uplifts. The land portion over here that uplifts. So that's how the Himalayan mountain is formed. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್, ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದೆರಡು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತವೆ, ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ like the plates it has came up. That's how the Himalayan mountain has formed. It's an example. There are many other things which has formed because of these forces. So we call this as the lithospheric plate. Lithospheric plate. It's an example. It's what I call. It's for better understanding. Basic information I given. It's not there in a textbook. It's not there in your textbook, but it's a basic understanding. We have a lithospheric plate in the textbook. We'll discuss. So what we are going to discuss about in this class? So we are discussing our third chapter. It's about our changing earth. Our changing earth. Our earth is continuously under change. Before crores of 100 years ago, the 1 crore or 2 crore 100 years ago, 100 crore or 200 crore years ago, our earth condition was not like this. It's under change. There are many features on our surface which changes suddenly, but there are many other which takes thousands of years, hundreds of years to get a change, to have a change in that. So about all the changes we are going to discuss in this chapter. About all the changes which is occurring over the surface, which we are seeing our surface. That's what we are going to discuss in this class. So here, our earth is continuously under change. That means the outer surface of the earth, the features like a land forms and the land features. Land features, land ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, characters. land characters are changing continuously due to many features. Due to many features, the land types, land structure, land characters, land features, relief features, physiographical features are getting under change. There are many factors which causes for a change. So in that, the main thing is about tectonic. Our lithosphere is broken into many major andre dodda, big, major and minor, the small one. Major and minor. This lithospheric plate, it has broken into many major and minor plates or division. This broken lithospheric it has a movement over the earth's surface due to magma is called lithospheric plate. So tectonic So this lithosphere, it is broken. It's called as lithospheric plate. It's called as lithospheric plate. Division, otherwise may say it's a plates. It has divided into many plates, the lithosphere. So this broken lithospheric plate that continuously move, it's under movement. So that moving lithospheric plate is called as tectonic plate. The lithospheric plate is broken into plates. It was plate. The movement of this plate is called as tectonic plates. It's under movement. This lithospheric plates is continuously under the movement, so it's called as tectonic plates. So these tectonic plates, because of the movement, that causes changes. Tectonic plates causes andre that creates tectonic plates creates changes over the earth's surface. Is that all? So in these plates, in the tectonic plate, we have three types of a moment. One is convergent, one is divergent, and one is transformed. They are the three type of movement. It has the tectonic plates has three types of movement. So the reason for every changes which we are seeing over our surface or in the earth, it's due to the force. If you want to see any changes, suppose this pen is here, so the end of this pen is here, and it go there. It has gone and it has become equal, and now it is there here, is not? This red color cap pen, it is here, and it is gone there. How? Because of a force. I put a force there. I pushed that. So because of force, it has changed its placement. It has gone from here to this side, is not? So that's how the changes over the Earth's surface, it happens because of many force. So there are two important force which is causes for having changes over the Earth's surface. So any changes, the reason for having changes on Earth's surface and in the Earth or inside the Earth, is different force. Such a force we have two. There are two important forces. The two important forces are endogenic force and exogenic force. Endogenic force and exogenic force. These are the two important forces which causes for any changes over the Earth's surface. The reason for having change on the Earth's surface and inside the Earth is about the force maintained. The two important force which makes changes on the Earth's surface and inside the Earth's surface is about endogenic force and exogenic force. These are the two important forces. So till now we discussed about tectonic plate. What is tectonic plate? It's a movement of lithospheric plate. It's called as tectonic plate. Lithospheric plate, what is the lithospheric plate? The broken pieces of lithosphere. Broken pieces of lithosphere is called as lithospheric plate. What is lithosphere? Upper layer of mantle and crust is called as lithosphere. Why it has broken? Because of the movement of magma and its rotation and the rotation of earth, revolution of earth. These all the things caused to have break in the lithosphere. So it's become lithosphere plate. Lithosphere plate is now also moving because of magma rotation. The movement of lithosphere plate is called as tectonic plate. That's what. So these all the changes, tectonic plate and all those things, what we have on changes over the surface, it's all the changes caused and they created by these two forces, endogenic force and exogenic force. So in this chapter, mainly we will be discussing about endogenic force and exogenic force. There are many things to discuss about the endogenic force and exogenic force. It has sub-concepts. These are the two main concepts. Endogenic force and exogenic force. These are the two main concepts. In under this, we have many sub-concepts. We will be discussing it in the coming classes. So I hope you understood about this concept and last chapter. We will continue with this. We will continue this force in the next classes.